Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer, and I welcome you to this weekly update from May 5th, May 11th, an astrological landscape which is charged with opportunity and volatility. From the bullish influences driven by Mercury and Jupiter in the beginning of the week to midweek volatility due to Chiron's influence, we can expect it all this week to have a lot of dynamics, so timing will be important to get it right. We will share a highlight about BTC until the end of the video, and in the middle I promised you a surprise today, so I hope you will find it interesting. So let's dive into it. Before I start, I would like to remind you, as always, that weekend astrology is important, especially now with Pluto, which just turned retrograde on the 4th of May. So be aware of these influences that tap into the new week, especially on Monday and possibly on Tuesday as well. I will link the video for the last week so that you can see the last part with the weekend forecast. And yes, this is a sneak peek into the whole presentation that we do as part of the Patreon subscription. We talk now about the global astrology and the markets in general, but you can find inside ahead of time more details about Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, blue chips, and otherwise the ones that are also suggested by the community and also recommended based on astrology. And this is a sort of reverse engineering process that I put into place for you to have the list of research at your fingertips. So let's dive into the week now. Monday, May 5th. This is a good start into the week, taking into account the aspects for the day. And it starts with a Mercury-Jupiter sextile, which is a positive aspect, also called the finger of God. We do have good news, and this drives enhanced trading activity and potentially market expansion. Again, just be aware of the influences from the weekend. We have Pluto, which is very strong and stays stationary at 9 degrees 41 minutes of the sidereal Capricorn the whole week. So this means that Pluto-related topics like ETFs, big money, banks, regulation would be high in focus for the whole period of May 5th, May 11th. Tuesday, May 6th. The momentum continues with a Venus-Pluto sextile pointing towards the possibility to experience price increases in currencies and cryptocurrencies markets, which is the significator for Venus. Pluto is the big money, institutional money, so this means that we might have big institutional moves that would be the drivers of this price increase, but also regulatory changes and support in some way also linked to Pluto. Wednesday, May 7th, we do have an interesting Mercury-Chiron conjunction, which can trigger pullbacks to previous price targets that were tested before, which is the case of Chiron instilling a dip in market sentiment, and it is the signification of the wounded healer symbolically. So it is somehow a healthy move for the future market structure, most likely. Thursday, May 8th, we do not have a global astrological aspect at day level, which is exact today. This means that the price action is shaped mainly by the Bitcoin horoscope at day and hourly level. So check the link there for the product for the next week, so May 5th, May 11th, and this is also available in the description of this video. Friday, May 9th, we do not have a global astrological event, which is exact today. Saturday, May 10th, again, no exact aspect for the day in the global astrology, but I want to share with you a bit of surprise to this presentation, so let's watch it. If we zoom out a bit longer term, this is the 1 week chart for BTC, and as you can see, the price is well above the 3 SMA, the smooth moving averages that I do have set up with the following parameters: 21, 50 and 200. I have more details in the video linked. It's part of the financial astrology series, my conversations with Greta. We approach here at weekly level a sort of double top, which could really lead to the previous at the highest theoretically, although I think we will experience some kind of turbulence. I would expect that the tariffs would have some echo in the markets in the first part of the month, but afterwards it is up. So it could be that we have a consolidation at least before we get to the next double top, and even beyond. It's also possible. I don't exclude it, especially for June, and also in the second part of May. This is something that we can look forward to. If we go into the day level here, you can see that currently we are really in a tug of war between the buyers and the sellers, and this is because we see these doji candles that are quite repeating since several days, and this is also a hallmark of a stationary planet that is an outer planet moving very, very slow, which is Pluto. And Pluto is about big money, so when big money is not that sure what to do, this means that we will have a period of consolidation and then a breakout. So very interesting to see in which direction. Sunday, May 11th, again a day with no global events that are exact at day level. So this means that the Bitcoin horoscope will shape the price action for the day, and we might experience consolidation and low volume, but actually it's an interesting and dynamic horoscope for the second part of the week for Bitcoin. And now, as promised, I would like to share the highlight about Bitcoin. This week is very dynamic, and the astrological chart of Bitcoin is highly activated for the whole week, actually. And I think the difference will be felt in the second part of the week, when we do not have so many events, because we have this last Mercury Chiron conjunction dominating. But what else happens from Thursday to Sunday including? This will be shown in the Bitcoin horoscope, and the highlight is on May 6th, which is Tuesday, and we have a bullish day anyway, because this points towards ETFs and big money moves, regulatory changes that are favorable. Then I can say that we do have a very nice Jupiter-Neptune aspect, which is positive, and it's triggered in the BTC horoscope. This is a long-term aspect that raises the bar for the future expectations and will bring somehow optimism and expansion in the markets despite all the turmoil at macro level. So I do think there would be a sort of slowdown, but then the optimism would be the one prevailing. Thank you so much again for your time invested and for your attention on this, for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel. I'm very grateful for that. And until next time, be joyful. See you. My dear Patreon and Telegram subscribers, welcome to the May 5th, May 11th update in the markets. I filmed this on the 1st of May, so it is before Pluto turns retrograde. And yes, we are, as mentioned before in the introduction, in a period of consolidation at day level. It's a tight tug of war between buyers and sellers. The dojis tells us that it's quite uncertain, and we need to see how the market conditions develop. With the market macro news, we know about tariffs and what else happens also on the geopolitical scene, because also there it seems that it's some action to be expected. So let's go into the calendars like always, and I start with Bitcoin. We do have an interesting week ahead. I want to say that I filmed this on the 1st of May, so it's before the aspect on the 2nd, which is a Friday. And today, for example, markets in Europe are closed, most of them at least due to the Labor Day, which is celebrated on the 1st of May here. And on the 2nd, we do have this Jupiter-Saturn square, which usually happens, it materializes. And yes, it could be that there is anyway, we know there is uncertainty in the market and the tariffs and everything. So end of week, we can have a move here, but it's still a mixed day. Whatever the drop, it won't last, in my opinion, because we do have an interesting week which starts on a positive note. Also, in terms of global astrology, at least in the first part of the week, is pretty well supported by Bitcoin astrology, because here on the 6th, we do have the long-term Jupiter Neptune trine, which shows optimism and some good news, in a way expansion, but I don't think this is quite stable, because then this is followed on the 9th by a Neptune-Pluto square. So it's like something related to Bitcoin that could be a rumor here that was not really confirmed or checked, and then this is a mind change or a rumor change, so to speak, on the part of Pluto, which is the big money, because Pluto is the one which is stationary and has this influence for the whole week, and we have this Neptune, which is confusion. So some kind of confusion, unverified news that would put a question mark and would trigger a drop in the mid of the week. So from the 8th, I would say, also supported by the global astrology, but also on the 7th. Actually, on the 7th, we do have this conjunction between Mercury and Chiron exact. Since we have also the long-term aspect triggered here, which is at the end of the week for Bitcoin on Saturday, I would advise caution here. And no, it is Friday. Sorry, it is Friday. So even more than that, we can close the week in a more bearish mode. And yes, we will have volatility on the 7th especially. So be sure to have a stop loss. Then we will have recovery. What is also possible is that we get now, tomorrow, actually for me, it will be May 2nd, a drop that would be pretty consistent, but then again, it won't last long. I cannot say how big the volume would be, but we also have supportive global astrology on the day. So this means that it might not be that significant, or it will not last long. In my opinion, it will be for a short period of time. As always, I attach the financial calendar cheat sheet for your reference to see. So again, the colors on the days means that Bitcoin horoscope is triggered. We have 3 flavors of green and 3 flavors of red, and the size of the number of the date actually represents the magnitude in terms of time, so to speak. So how durable is the aspect in time? When you see these small ones are usually for the day, for the week. If there is this in the middle, I don't know if I have something to show you. It seems that we don't have, but we have this at day level, and these are even, for the week and beyond. But they are more powerful when they are alone. So here, this is a mixed week, sort of. Therefore, also the increase here could be diminished because this aspect is already activated. So just be aware of that. Don't expect only, for that day, because it's not so. It would be too simple if it would be like that. So this is what I wanted to share about Bitcoin. So let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum, for the fifth, we do have a long-term aspect which is positive and enabled in the chart. It could be that in the beginning of the week we have a temporary spike, I would say, but look at the next days, it's more neutral, also mixes between bearish and bullish signals here. So I would say that the astrology is weaker than Bitcoin in general, but this one is actually active the whole week, so it can really help. Now, I do not know how much and if this will drop on the 4th and how serious it is, but if we get a drop on Ethereum, the star means fluctuation. Fluctuation means that the price goes like this, but it will be more down than up, but it will not stay there. So it's like a fluctuating influence that is not stable, and it will be also difficult to trade, so just be aware of that. And then we do see a sort of balanced week. I would say it's quite synced with BTC, but it could be less in terms of development still. Some people asked me about Ethereum. On the 21st of May, we get Rahu out of the axis that I do believe blocked all the positive influences we had in the last month for Ethereum. And we will not feel it immediately, but I think as BTC will have positive influences, and there are some, as mentioned, it would be in June. So watch also the Jupiter related video, Jupiter in Gemini, because I will go over it, and then Rahu in Aquarius, this comes as well a bit later. And this means that we can have really all the delayed aspects manifested now in the next part of the year with a big lag. That would be something similar to what Bitcoin experienced after the halving that happened. And it was also positive. Uranus long-term aspect, exactly like for Ethereum. The nodes were in a difficult position, so to speak, for Bitcoin. And yes, although it was not like for Ethereum now, it was sort of better. But still this was blocked, and it came afterwards, and we got a new ATH. So the same scenario could happen for Ethereum as well. Of course, I cannot guarantee it. Nobody can see it, but I see it as a possibility. So I don't think Ethereum is a lost case yet. But it needs to move in 2025, because in 2026 we do have some challenges there. It would be interesting to go into more details, and I will provide this in next videos. So stay tuned for that. Now let's go into altcoins. For blue chip altcoins, I see Solana and XRP this week. We know about the delays in the ETF topic for XRP, but it seems that it could move. It has some long-term aspects that are bullish. And look at it, yes, it's to be synced with BTC, but XRP would have chances also in the second part of the week due to the aspects because they are pretty strong. So if the volume really plays out, then increase can be seen. The gold and silver index XAU, whatever happens, gold will stay strong. As you can see, the mid-month has this long-term aspect on the 10th and 13th, they are exact. Here we can expect volatility, so fluctuations. Here we have also negative aspects in the end of the week, but I do believe that we will feel a increase in the week, especially in the mid of the week here, 6th, 7th, and 8th, even on the 5th when we have a day level aspect which is supportive. So I don't think it will have the same growth, the same pace like before, but it will be maintained in any case because we have this global uncertainty in the markets. Now, zooming out a bit, I do believe there is a lot of noise and a lot of uncertainty. We have the tariffs topic, we have the geopolitical turmoil with Ukraine-Russia in negotiations, so this might also influence the markets a lot. And we do have also the Pakistan-India conflict now somehow also in the background here for the uncertainty and the whole situation in the markets, which is not good. And I think this will continue to fuel the increase of gold. But also what has been observed and also shared by financial experts lately is a decoupling, which starts to happen between Bitcoin and tech stocks, especially Nasdaq. They were correlated many months, also in 2024, and this was a sort of guidance. We see this similarity and then the evolution and the forecast would be similar, but now this starts to change. So this means that we will experience changes in the markets. I think I don't know how stable this would be. I would be more convinced from July onwards because then we have an important shift for Mars. So this means that Bitcoin is seen as the digital gold. So it would be rather correlated with gold and not anymore so much with tech stocks. This is again still to be seen, but it is an observation that is shared in circles, and it is important to take this into account as well. Thank you so much for your support, for your attention, for the time invested, for your loyalty, and I'm very grateful to you. And until next time, be joyful and have a successful week ahead. Thank you.